So, it's been rumoured recently that Madelyn Cline, star of Netflix's Outer Banks and Glass Onion, will potentially be starring in MCU Spider-Man 4 alongside Tom Holland and Zendaya. If this turns out to be true, who could Madelyn Cline be playing, and what sort of role will she have in the story? Let's speculate. So first order of business, where did this rumour come from? As many of you will know if you've been subscribed to the channel for a while, whenever we discuss rumours of any magnitude, you must take them with a pinch of salt. At the end of the day, they are rumours and nothing more. Until we get official confirmation from the studio or a press release, then this is not really nailed on in the slightest. Essentially, this initial rumour came in from pop culture outlet Rumour. Now, Rumour, from the research I have done, have actually come under a lot of scrutiny in the eyes of fans. A lot of people's perception of them dwells on the idea that a lot of their so-called leaks are purely fan speculation and nothing more. However, after doing some further digging, Rumour were actually the first to report on Lady Gaga appearing as Harley Quinn in Joker 2. So in the world of superheroes and pop culture, they have been right about castings before, which, at least in my opinion, adds a lot more leverage to this rumour about Madelyn Cline in Spider-Man 4. However, just a few days later, well-known leaker Daniel RPK, who we have covered several times on the channel before, revealed that Madelyn Cline has not been in talks or cast in the film whatsoever, but rather Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures are looking to cast a Madelyn Cline-like actress. If that doesn't make any sense to you, don't worry, because it doesn't really make much sense to me. If you want Madelyn Cline, just cast Madelyn Cline. I don't get it. Even though this doesn't make much sense, studios do have a tendency to do this sort of thing when casting. Maybe it's because they aren't a fan of the actor's work or range, but maybe they like the physical attributes of the actor. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe the studios love the range and acting ability from a particular actor, but the physical attributes of said actor isn't what they are particularly looking for. This could be the case with Madelyn Cline for Spider-Man 4. They may love her acting range, but potentially not what she brings physically to the role, or it could be the other way around. And if this does turn out to be the case, then Daniel RPK would be right in what he is saying. Either way, whether Madelyn Cline is cast in Spider-Man 4 or not, it's clear that all sources, leaks, and rumours point towards Marvel and Sony wanting to cast for a new female lead in the film. So I'm here to answer the question based off the assumption that Madelyn Cline is cast in the role, or at the very least, a Madelyn Cline-like actress is cast in the role. Who would this mysterious character be, and to what importance can we speculate their role will have in the film? Let's discuss. The first character that will come to everybody's mind is, of course, Gwen Stacy. Not only is Madelyn Cline the spitting image of Gwen Stacy from almost every iteration of the character ever, but Madelyn Cline actually dressed up as Spider-Gwen for Halloween once. Obviously, that's not really relevant to whether she'd get the role or not, but I just thought it was funny. You know, there's that connection there. Gwen Stacy appearing in Spider-Man 4 is a possibility in my opinion, but not probable. Not only does the circumstances of No Way Home's end really warrant room for a character of Gwen Stacy's stature, but we've also seen Gwen in live action previously in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. And if the Home trilogy is anything to go off of, Marvel and Sony want to use different characters that previously haven't been explored in much depth in other Spider-Man movies, nor any at all. It's also worth mentioning that Gwen Stacy is also a massive part of the Spider-Verse films as well. So would it really be worthing oversaturating the character and even potentially sacrificing the character's longevity in this medium? I'm not sure. I think we're just going to see Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies and nothing more. I really don't see her being in Spider-Man 4. The second most obvious character that Madelyn Cline could potentially play is, of course, the fan favourite Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. First and foremost, Black Cat is the most rumoured character to appear in Spider-Man 4. I'm convinced people just want this to be a Black Cat movie. Like, screw Peter Parker's story, people just want Black Cat, right? This has actually been the case ever since Spider-Man No Way Home released. Everyone is absolutely pining on the internet for Black Cat to appear in this movie. Daniel RPK once again said a few years ago that Black Cat was rumoured to appear in the film. And since then, countless rumours, countless leaks have revealed, quote-unquote, that Black Cat will be appearing starring in Spider-Man 4 alongside Peter Parker. We also did then have a few months ago the leak of My Time to Shine Hello revealing that apparently Sydney Sweeney had been offered the role of Felicia Hardy in Spider-Man 4, but obviously a lot of people didn't think this was true, and My Time to Shine Hello hasn't really got an amazing track record as of recent, so people kind of dismissed this rumor. Either way, it was another Black Cat rumor to add to the large amount of Black Cat rumors that we've had over the last couple of years since the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. And it just added to the idea that everything at this moment in time seems to point in the direction of Black Cat appearing in the film in some capacity. The fans have also made it very clear, as I mentioned, that given the direction of the Spider-Man character, Black Cat would be a perfect side character or co-lead to the movie. Madelyn Cline would be great as Felicia Hardy in my opinion. She definitely is the best part of Outer Banks, and she was pretty good in Glass Onion, so I could definitely see her in this role. The third and final option for the character that Madelyn Cline or a Madelyn Cline-like actress could be playing in Spider-Man 4 is very left field. I've gone with Carlie Cooper. Now, if you've watched my channel for a while or seen any of my fan writings on Spider-Man 4, you'll know that I am a big fan of this character. I think she's extremely underrated and a nice addition to Spider-Man comics in the last 20 years or so. She has never gotten the attention in adaptations, which is why she isn't as popular as the likes of Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy or even Black Cat herself. However, tying back to my previous point about Marvel and Sony using characters that haven't ever been used before in live action like they did in the Home Trilogy with Ned Leeds, Cindy Moon, Adrian Toomes, Quentin Beck, etc., it's not out the realms of possibility that if Felicia Hardy isn't the new supporting star of Spider-Man 4, they could potentially go for someone like Carlie Cooper. I think it's also worth mentioning that with Spider-Man No Way Home being MCU Spider-Man's version of the infamous story One More Day, you could say that Spider-Man 4 is potentially the beginning of Peter's Dan Slott era of Spider-Man in the MCU, in which, if that is the case, it would actually kind of be poetic if Carlie Cooper were to show up. Carlie Cooper obviously being a character that Dan Slott ended up creating and involving in his run quite a lot. Either way, in my personal opinion, I think Carlie Cooper would add an extra layer to these movies, and I think it would be something different, fresh, and interesting. That's just my personal opinion. It would be nice to see something different. Who do you think Madelyn Cline or a Madelyn Cline-like actress could play in the next Spider-Man film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I want to hear all of your thoughts down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you love Spider-Man, and I'll see you all in the next video.